Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you and sorry that my hair is a little messy. I had to go out and run some errands for a moment, which was the first time I got out of my house in a little bit. But there's a reason why, because I had to quit my job and all that stuff. I've mentioned it before. But I'm returning to you today for Three Doors Down's first Marathon Studio album review out of the discography I'm reviewing in their whole discography for their albums. And this is for The Better Life that I just got done listening to a little bit ago. Maybe like about an hour ago. I was busy shopping on Xbox Store and all that, so yeah, I bought some interesting stuff. I returned my Elder Ring game because I don't know. I had a hard time playing that game. I thought I was going to be very excited for it, but I was not that impressed with it. It's not the game for me, I guess. It's for people that like Dark Souls and all that. And I don't hate Dark Souls. I wasn't a fan of Elden Ring. It kind of bored me. But to go into discussion about what I'm reviewing, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the Three Doors Down, the Better Life album, for all 11 songs that I listened to, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, from start to finish, what did I think of this album? It's kind of mediocre, but good at the same time. It's a good listen, just there's some mediocre moments in the album. Like Kryptonite is not a bad song. I gave that a 4.5 out of 5 due to the fact that some of Brad Arnold's singing in it doesn't sound too bad. So, yeah, it's a solid song. It's not the best song from them, but I think as their career as they get into other albums in their discography, I think Brad Arnold's vocals sound a lot better nowadays. But yeah, this is their starting point for their career. Three Doors Down, the band itself. This is the first album of theirs, so it's how they started off. But 4.5 out of 5 for Kryptonite. The melody's not bad, and the chorus is pretty catchy. So, yeah, the verses are a little underwhelming, in my opinion, but not to the point where I hate it, so 4.5 out of 5. Loser is a decent song. I just felt there were some weak moments in the beginning verses and the chorus, and then when the second part of the song comes in, like at the bridge part, that's where the song gets faster, and it's interesting, but it just doesn't execute well, this song, so 4 out of 5. Duck and Run is another samey song. It seems like some of the songs are sounding the same in this album, but not to the point where I hate it. I just a little dismissive of this song, so 4 out of 5. I think some of the chorus is fine, but the verses are pretty weak, in my opinion. Not Enough has some pretty good chunky guitar riffs and heavy drum work, and I really like that. Brad Arnold singing in it sounds not so bad, so that's probably the only downside is Brad Arnold singing in it. It just depends on which song he can shine in and which song he can't. So 4.5 out of 5 for Not Enough. I kind of liked it. Be Like That was decent. It just felt very flat, the song, and it was a mediocre track, at least decent in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Uh, but still, 4 out of 5 for Be Like That. Life of My Own was pretty solid song. Drum work's good. Brad Arnold singing in it's not so bad, and the guitar work is pretty interesting. So good song. Better Life, the title track, the album's name is The Better Life, but it's called Better Life, so I guess you could call it the title track. for the album. It's not a bad song. I think it's solid for what it is, so 4.5 out of 5. Down Poison just felt very stale and kind of boring, but in a way, I think certain moments in the chorus sound alright, so 4 out of 5. By My Side is getting a 4 out of 5. I don't know if I like it to the extent where I love it, but it's a decent song, so 4 out of 5. Smack is, I don't know if it's about the drug or about smacking someone. I am not 100% sure, but yeah, it's pretty solid. I like the verses, I like the chorus, and Brad Arnold singing in it's not so bad. And the drum work is what carries out the song and makes it good, and so does the guitar work. So 4.5 out of 5 for Smack. And the final track, So I Need You, is decent. It didn't sound bad, but I think this album, for what it went for, has its stale moments and it has its good moments, so it's in between average to good. So overall, production, mixing, and execution, I think Three Doors Down, the Better Life album, overall, is a good album. Just some criticisms I have about it with how it's sounding and how Brad Arnold is singing in the songs. Because sometimes it can be underwhelming with his vocals, with how he's singing the song, I mean to say. But first score for me, I'm giving Three Doors Down, the Better Life album, an 8 out of 10. It's still a good album. I'd highly recommend you check it out and give it a listen and see what you think of it. There's some rockin' tracks, just like songs I would recommend is Kryptonite, Better Life, Life of My Own, and Smack. The others, and Not Enough as well. So the others are decent, but not my personal favorites. So this is an album I might have to come back and listen to again, because this was my first listening to this album, and I'm glad I bought it for their discography, because I like some of their music, but for what this went for, I was a little indifferent about this album. So 8 out of 10. It's a good album still, despite Brad Arnold singing. So 8 out of 10. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Three Doors Down album, Better Life, if you've heard it for this Marathon Studio album review. And if you did enjoy this Marathon Studio album review I did for their first album, Three Doors Down, The Better Life, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will be returning to you for the next Three Doors Down album review, and that'll be for Away from the Sun, and that's going to be tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure when. I gotta run an errand, I think, tomorrow morning. And then I gotta go somewhere on Wednesday morning to go see my doctor or whatever, so a lot of things happening this week. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can for reviews, but I'll see what happens at least. But anyways, I'm doing Three Doors Down Marathon Studio album reviews from today to April 6th. And then I'll move on to Northlane's discography, not Obsidian. Obsidian doesn't come out till like close to 3 weeks from now, so it's a few weeks away, but still I'm very excited for that album. I hope you enjoyed this Marathon Studio album review I did for Three Doors Down, The Better Life. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Stay safe, guys. Take care, and as always, I'll see you in my next review.